Super Bowl 61 definitely did not go how we planned it to go. After a potential game-winning drive led by Anthony Richardson, the defense just couldn't get it done, and we gave up a game-winning field goal to the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was just probably the most devastating loss we've had in this series, and we've had some pretty tough ones. So now we've got the offseason here, and we don't have a lot of picks, and we have a couple of players here to re-sign. So this is going to be a very, very interesting offseason, and for the most part, our team is ready to go, but there's a couple things that we need to do to make sure that we don't let that happen again, right? So, by the way, if you guys are enjoying the series, hit that like button, subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. We get another season. Don't worry, the series is not ending. We're going for a, fourth year? Yeah, fourth year. Anthony Richardson's, obviously, fifth-year option is going to be accepted. There's no way we are not accepting that. We have $51 million in cap space this season. Now, here's the issue, okay? Nick Cross has no interest. Braden Smith has no interest. Alec Pierce has some interest. Rasheem Green has interest. But other than that, I mean, everyone else is in this, low 70s, 60 overall. So, and also Stephon Gilmore retired, actually. So we have some issues at safety. We do have Blackman still, but he went down to normal dev. Nick Cross is only 24. Like, it'd be nice to bring him back. But we also got to be careful because we don't want to be spending too much money here. He's not that expensive. So, I mean, if we upped it to like $4 million, I think that's fair. And like $6 million cap hit. If he accepts this, then this is great. Okay, cool. Nick Cross is back. All right. Not really worried about that then. And then Braden Smith, I don't think he's too expensive, man. I mean, $18 million, and he struggled. Let's see what free agency looks like at the tackle position. And I've looked at the draft a little bit with tackles, and it seems to be decent. I can go over it again because I wasn't really expecting to take a tackle. So we can go over it again. I would actually like to bring back Rasheem Green. I thought he played really well in certain spots. We can bring him back for like 2 years. And he's back. Okay. I really liked what he did for us. Just, in certain spots when we had certain injuries or whatever. He was really good. There is a running back in the draft, so I might actually move on from Zach Moss. And then, let's see, Marcus Mariota, let's just bring back as well. I'm going to do like a 2-year deal. And there you go. He is back as well. We're down to $37 million. Okay. I think we're going to leave it at that. We're going to look at tackle. I am still going to look at safety. So positions that we're looking in the draft. We're looking at safety. We're looking at linebacker. We're looking at defensive tackle, running back. And since we're not bringing Alec Pierce back, we might want to look at receiver. We don't have a lot of picks, but we'll get to that here in a second. I do want to look at the free agent list, though, and see who is going to be available. So like I said, we have $37.5 million in cap space. Combine results have come in, so we're going to look at that, and I'll show you guys kind of the guys that I'm looking at. But look at this. So I saw this in like the news article, and I'm like, I wonder if that's going to be true. It is. Aaron Donald is a free agent, and he has interest. He's a 93 overall, 97 strength. Oh, man. This could put us over the top. Super Bowl chase, league favorite. Team has franchise quarterback in Anthony Richardson. We do have tax, but that's not a huge deal. We're going for it. Aaron Donald, a 1 year, just going for a shot. We're just going for it. Yep, we're absolutely doing this. I'm going to actually offer him slightly more money to make sure we get him. I'm okay with offering 13 mil. We can do the rest, like, again, remaining cap 10 million. We can do a lot of the rest of the cap or like roster in the draft. So I'm not too worried about spending too much money. The Jags want him. We can't let the Jags get him. We just can't. Okay. I'm going to offer 13.5 and I'm going to do 15 here. We need to get above the Jags. Oh my gosh. I think we just... I don't want to go too crazy there. Let's see if there's any other players here. We could go after someone like Trent Brown as a Braden Smith replacement. I might just go through the draft. There is Grady Jarrett too. Donovan Wilson, Bobby Wagner. I don't really like these options. We could grab Juszczyk, but I think we have a solid... I don't know. I mean, this free agency class really, other than Aaron Donald, it's not great. I think I'm gonna go all out for Aaron Donald here. But I wanna be ahead of Jacksonville. Do we offer him 2 years? All right, we've got him. I offered him $17 million a year. Our cap room is down to 4.5. I really thought about it. I think this completely changes this team. This is it. Like, we're going for a crazy run. Yes, it's a lot of money, but it's Aaron freaking Donald. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. Okay, so that opens up some things here, because you may be wondering, okay, well, you got Odengbo, you got Buckner, and you got Chapman, you got Crothers. Why did you go for Aaron Donald? We're actually moving off of Buckner. So we're going to see what we can get for DeForest Buckner. He just didn't play well last year. Aaron Donald is better, and so we're going to do that. So let's go ahead and find just a team in general that is willing to take on DeForest Buckner. His contract, by the way, too, it won't hurt us to trade him. So yeah, let's see who. No one's interested. Okay, we're gonna have to figure out an interesting package then. Okay, this is a kind of a crazy trade, but I will explain what I'm doing here. We are trading DeForest Buckner, Shaq Leonard, who we were going to cut anyway, so we're going to trade him. We're going to give up next year's third, a 2028 third, a 2028 fourth, and a next year's fourth. All for a first-round pick with Las Vegas this year, which is going to be the 26th or 27th overall pick. It's a lot, but it's a heavy contract that we're getting rid of. 2 heavy contracts that we are getting rid of. So now, as you can see, we have $18 million available in cap space, and we're giving up future mid-round picks for a first. So I think that's fair. I think it balances it out. The Raiders get 2 good defensive players that they do need. Now, as you can see, our defense does drop a little bit, but that is fine with me, because I think at the end of the day, we're going to be much, much better, and we're going all out with our young guys. We're going with Chapman, right? We're going to go ahead and put... let's see. Let's go ahead and grab... Where did he go? Or do we not have Fish have? Okay, so Aaron Donald, we're going to put at defensive tackle. And then... because I think he's going to be better rushing from the inside, right? Because usually he plays a 3-4, and he's in the inside there. So that's going to work there. He goes up to a 97 overall, by the way, so he's even better in the inside, which is amazing. It'll be him and Chapman. I am going to draft a defensive tackle as well, just to add depth, and obviously Aaron Donald is only a 1-year go all-out plan. And then I'm going to move... What do we want to do here? Let's move Brian Holmes to left outside linebacker, I think, or what do we want to do here? Because basically, obviously, Justin Snow has the middle covered. And then on the right side, we're going to go Duvall. And then I like Brian Holmes more than Moses. So we're going to move him to left outside linebacker. And those will be our 3 linebackers: Holmes, Duvall, and Moses. And I mean, honestly, like, that's the kind of the group it was last year, right? I mean, Shaq was in there too, but now Moses will get more action. Dominic Atkins, who I thought played really well last year too in spots. We're going all out with the young guys at that linebacker position. And then we do need to figure out free safety. Now, Julian Blackman's still an 81 overall. He's solid, just normal dev. That's the spot, though, I would like to improve. Oh, and we have Nick Cross. So we can put Nick Cross there at free safety. and that could work as well. So, yeah, I think that's what we'll do for now. And then if we do find someone in the draft, then maybe, I don't know, we'll figure it out from there depending on how good a draft pick is. Because I was looking at safeties and I did like a couple of safeties. So, yeah. Worst case, we go roll with Blake Freeland. But I think there are a couple of tackles. So, we're good there. And then at wide receiver, we're fine. Losing Pierce kind of stinks. And Holloman, Downs, and Pittman all missed time last year. So maybe we look at receiver, but I didn't really look at much. So let's do some scouting here. Oh, this guy looks good. A day 3 wide receiver. A deep route, A release. We don't know his catching traffic and catching, so we can look more into him. He's only 5'10". I'm not really looking for a small receiver. Because Alec Pierce is a big dude. I don't know if I really want a small receiver here. No issues climbing the ladder to make catches. Avoids big hits following catches. Excels at creating yards after the catch. Shows good discipline and won't get flagged much. Exceptional body control on the sideline. Simple concentration drops is an issue. Okay. Physical. Oh my god. He ran a 4.24? Is that a record? That's got to be a record, right? Fastest 40 time. Let's see. Top 11 fastest here for NFL. And number 1 was John Ross, who ran a 4.22. Oh my gosh. Chris Johnson ran a 4.24. So Travis Winter's fast. He's very, very, very fast. Elite speed, elite acceleration, good agility, change of directions, elite. Oh. I wonder, could this be a generational player? Huh. I mean, I guess we got to see his catching rating and catching traffic for it to be generational. His route running doesn't seem to be amazing, though, so he's probably not generational. See, spectacular catch, but he's a small receiver. I don't know, man. I mean, getting a dude that ran a 4.24 could give us some interesting abilities on our offense. Now, is he going to play that much? No. He's a day 3 guy, though, so we can take him later on in the draft. Interesting. He's gone up 14 spots here. He's definitely going to be somebody. This guy looked decent, too. But he's definitely slower. His ratings are good, though, so that's why I had put a heart on him. I don't think there's anyone else, though, that I'm really looking at. So, at least this far in the draft, right? There are some guys higher up, but I'm not spending a high pick on a receiver. I'm just not. The Zach Robertson dude looks pretty good. C, catching traffic, but A, catching, B, deep route. Ran a 4.47. Elite acceleration, A, catching, A, medium route, B, spectacular catch. Like, he looks good too, but like I said, not spending a top 5 pick, right, on a receiver. It's just not happening. Zion Crisp, that's a cool name. So yeah, I don't know. This Travis Winter dude, he has a cool name too, out of Florida State. Looks pretty awesome. Interesting. All right. Anyways, so I did find a running back as well. And let's see, where is he? Was it Darrell Matthews? It might have been Darrell Matthews. I'm still recording, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 5'9", a smaller back, but could be a good change of pace, right? Alongside JT. Great speed, doesn't have elite speed, ran a 4.41. Elite acceleration, though. B carrying, B break tackle. Like, he looks solid and a round 2 to 3 guy. I mean, I don't really see any other running backs, and I'm like, ooh, that guy looks amazing. Matt Gates, but again, he's slow. I don't know. I think Darrell Matthews looks the best, but not a amazing running back class from what I've kind of seen. Jeff Hamlin, solid speed. Yeah, I looked at this guy. I don't know. I want more speed at running back, and I don't know. And then what are we looking at? Oh, and then tackle. I found a tackle here. Found 2. Now, Dale Davenport is going to be a first-round pick. And I know we traded for a first round pick, and he looks physically amazing. I just don't think he's going to be there when we're drafting. I don't want to keep trading up. We've traded so many future draft picks. There is Darrell Boston, though, and he looks maybe not quite as good. Physically, he doesn't look quite as good, but A lead block, A pass block finesse, A pass block power. So that means he has A pass block, A impact blocking. Like, he looks really good, too. He's a monster at 6'8". So I think he might be the route to go if we can get him in the late first, right? Where we're drafting. I think that's going to be that pick. And then we're looking at defensive tackle as well. Justin Matthias looks fine, but again, I don't know if he's there. A finesse move, C power moves, B tackle, but the C block shedding is not great there. I want that at least to be a B, but physically he looks amazing as well. And then there's Sammy Clifford. Sammy Clifford looks solid as well. B finesse moves, A power moves. He's more of a pass rusher. I don't know his block shedding, and physically he looks decent, so he could be an option too. And then there was Chauncey McDowell. McDowell looks solid as well. Again, not as physically gifted as that Matthias dude. A tackle, B block shed, C finesse moves, B power moves. I don't know. He's probably the third option there, and then, or I guess fourth option, because where is he? There was another guy in here. Or maybe not. Oh, I'm looking at Northeast. That's why. All regions. There was somebody else in here. Oh, Evan Barker. Here we go. So Evan Barker looks really good. He has a block shed, which is big time. I think I actually looked at him in the midseason because he's 80%. And he's the only, I guess he's not the only 80%. Never mind. I don't know. I was kind of, well, I guess Matthias 95%. I don't know. You know what? I focus on defensive tackle. I think that's what it was. Anyways, whatever. So that's not him. This Evan Barker dude looks really, really good. And honestly, he might be right there with Matthias as the two best. A block shedding is amazing. A power moves is amazing. B finesse moves. Only C tackle though. He's physically really good. I don't really know his injury, but A or B is great. D awareness, so I think that's why he's a lower projected round. So I think he might be the best option here at defensive tackle. As far as a linebacker goes, I think, yeah, there's Anthony Martinez, and I think he was just athletically really good. I don't remember why I selected him. I don't know. So there's this guy. He looks pretty decent. I mean, good to great on his physical ratings. Ran a 4.55. A hit power, only C block shed, only C tackle. Again, I mean, we have our guys, right? We're just looking for like athletic guys. So Fisher might be, again, he's around 3 to 4. So if I don't have picks, like I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna for sure. But there's a day 3 guy here who also looks pretty well. Physically looks decent, but again, D tackle. Yeah, I don't know. It's linebacker. I might just take a shot at one of those guys. Whatever. And then at corner, there's a few guys. Javonte Farrell, who I think I showed off before too. He's a top 5 talent. Oh. Okay. A man, B zone. Oh, Javonte Farrell is really good. Okay. Round 1 to 2 though. Interesting. All right. Well, he's a top 5 talent, so that means he's pretty good. He's gone down 10 spots, which is interesting. There's Kevin Brown, and then I think there might have been one more. I guess not. Okay. Man, that makes it really, really tough. Jabari Ward has A man, B zone. He actually looks decent. He's kind of, I mean, a 4.48 is still decent speed. Donovan Pleasant. Man, so he has at least B man and B zone. Elite speed ran a 4.34. Donovan Pleasant might be an option too in around 2 or 3. And then Kevin Brown, I think, was pretty solid as well. He doesn't look as good. I think I selected him. Oh, you know what? A safety option. A zone, C man, A hit power, A catching. Yeah, this was a safety option. Okay. And then free safety, I found 2. Robert Collins, but again, he's a first round pick. We need to prioritize right tackle, so I don't think I'm going to go this route, but he looks solid. And then there's another one. Let's see, Rashawn Knighton looks really good as well. Elite speed, elite strength, ran a 4.43, A hit power, A tackle. His coverage isn't good, but he's a hitter. Like, he's a monster. And then there's Walter Priester, who's 6'3", but again, he's not as physically good, but he's better in coverage. I don't know. I obviously Knighton is better than Priester. So yeah, those are the options here. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna make some more trades, but because that corner is there, I think I might try to look for Kenny Moore to be traded here. All right. We just did something kind of crazy. The Rams had the most interest. They were offering a high second, a high fourth, and a player. So I was like, I think I can get a first round pick out of them. It's gonna be the 7th overall pick. So Kenny Moore is gone. De'Ami Brown and Eric Greer are gone. We swapped them with that to go up from our 2nd round pick, which was a high second. It's from, I think, New England or New Orleans. So I think New England. And then a 7th and a 6th this year. So I'm going to take this first, and I'm going to trade down and try to collect more picks off of that, and then go for that corner. So then we can get the corner and the tackle, and then we'll go from there. I think that's the best way to do this. Yes, I did trade 2 receivers. Again, they never played. We can go ahead and look at receivers here and sign a couple of guys. There's Chenault. Again, we just need solid, backup receivers. I'm not really worried about it. We could try to actually bring back Alec Pierce. I might actually just do that because we have the money. So let's do like a 3-year deal, up the money slightly, and we should be able to bring back Alec Pierce, which is awesome. And then maybe I'll draft that receiver. And I think that works out there. So we do have Alec Pierce now. Okay. So I think that works out. So now we have 2 first-round picks somehow. We traded Shaq Leonard, DeForest Buckner, and Kenny Moore. We've added Aaron Donald, which is insane. We kept Alec Pierce. We still have $19 million in available salary. And what else did we do? Oh, we have the 7th overall pick, and we have the 27th overall pick, which is incredible. Okay. Big things that the big needs now are going to be right tackle, corner. We're going to draft that super fast wide receiver, and we'll look at safety potentially. Obviously, we brought back Nick Ross. We have Blackman, so it's not a huge thing, but we'll see what happens. So I think we're ready to go. I want to, again, look at specifically some certain players. So I want to go ahead and do these, pick the 3 players and get their percentage, their scouting percentage up. We can do that. And yeah, this is kind of crazy, but I think this might work out. Okay, so a few days later, and the second half of this video ended up actually being really bad quality. It basically just started stuttering. If you record in OBS, for those of you guys who don't know, if you record in OBS for a long period of time, sometimes, at least for me, it gets really stuttery, and I ended up leaving, stepping away for like an hour and coming back. I should have stopped the recording and started it again. I didn't. I just kept it rolling. And so the second half of this video, specifically the draft, basically, is just all messed up. It's terrible. So here's what we're gonna do. I might pull screenshots and show you guys the drafted players as I talk about them. But if not, we're just gonna go over the draft real quick. There wasn't a ton of picks. Obviously, we had a lack of picks. Now we made some trades, but I ended up trading down but then trading up, and I did some things, got some picks for the future. So, you know, it's nothing crazy. So let's go over it real quick and take a look. Now, I also changed the looks already on these players because I do that after the draft video and then, or the offseason video. And then obviously I went to edit it, found out I was screwed up. So guys are going to look different, or like the gear is different, or numbers are different. It's because I've already changed all of that stuff. So let's take a look at the drafted players. So as you guys know, I traded up in the draft using Kenny Moore and I forget what else, but basically we moved up to pick 7. I ended up trading that pick down, but I ended up trading it down to go get a corner. Well, what happened was that corner ended up being taken. I forget his name right now. I can actually go find him real quick. It was it Farrell? I think it was Farrell that I wanted. He ended up getting taken. So as you can see, a couple of the corners here, there are 75s. But the corner that I wanted was Trevante Farrell. He ended up being a 70. I don't think he's actually 79. Yeah, I think he's a 78 overall, but normal dev. So it kind of sucked that we missed out on him. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? He ended up being normal dev. He is really good, though. 94 speed, 80 man, 74 zone. Tackle is really low. Acceleration is at a 94. Like, athletically, he's really good. His cover skills are good. He just has normal dev. So we missed out on a really good slot corner, but at the same time, it's like normal dev, so I'm not too upset about it. I traded down too far, unfortunately, to go get him. And then the other corner, which was a top like 5 pick, Armon Watson, is insane. 80 overall, hidden dev. I think he has superstar dev. Let me take a look here real quick. He has, I'm pretty sure it's superstar. Yeah, superstar dev. He's obviously really good. We're obviously not going to go up into the top 3 or top 5 or whatever. So he ended up being really good. But like I said, it didn't work out. You know, we traded down. I didn't want to take anyone at 7 specifically. I thought I could trade down to like 20 and get Farrell. He ended up being taken in like in the teens, late teens or whatever. So unfortunate. So we got rid of that pick. We just traded for a pick for next year, I believe is what we did. Or maybe, yeah, for next year. But then I think we moved up into the second round a little bit more from where we were, because I think we had a late second round pick, something like that. So anyways, moving on, we then drafted our guy. Actually, no, it was not Evan Barker. We did get Evan Barker. I'll show you guys him in a little bit. But we moved up and got our tackle. Now, obviously, tackle and defensive tackle were our biggest needs going into the draft. So we took care of that by drafting Darrell Boston. Now, he ended up being pretty much where everyone else was, but he's massive. I mean, 6'8", 331, 91 or 90 strength, 76 run block, 79 pass block. So his pass blocking skill sets are really good. He's not as athletic as the other tackle that I will show you guys, but he does have star or better dev, and his pass blocking is rated really, really high. The other tackle that we were debating between, I believe, was it Davenport? It was. And he's physically really good. 76 speed, 86 acceleration, but his pass blocking is only a 69. So again, I think we took the more skilled guy. We didn't take the most athletic guy in that case, but he ends up being a pretty good pass blocker, which is exactly what we need. I'm a little worried about him being 6'8", just because he's probably going to be really slow, even though like 72 speed is good. Like, it's probably going to feel more like 60. So we'll see how that works out. A little worried about his size, but who knows. With the second pick, we actually took that running back. So I believe I showed you guys that running back when we were scouting. He's a speed guy. I thought he'd be better than what he ended up being, though. Unfortunately, his overall is not bad. It's a 75 overall, 94 speed, 95 acceleration, but normal dev, unfortunately. So again, he's not going to be a starter. He's going to be, you know, a solid guy to have, especially maybe on third downs, right? 71 catching. He looks solid, and we'll see how he, you know, moves. Remember when we drafted Jeremiah Quick, like, he looked amazing, but then he wasn't shifty. Like, he didn't actually move in game how we wanted him to move. We'll see how Darrell Matthews seems. Again, I used the second round pick on a running back. I wish he was better. I'll just say that. I wish he was better. Like I said, I don't think this draft ended up being as good as we wanted to, or that we were hoping to for it to be, but it's solid. So then we drafted Evan Barker, which he does have star or better dev, and he looks good. He looks really good. I think he's the best defensive tackle. Matthias was a 75 overall, and McDowell ended up being a 74, I think, overall. So Evan Barker, I mean, obviously with the scouting, he looked pretty amazing. Star or better dev. 96 strength, though, is absolutely just bonkers. 84 block shed, but look at his power moves, man. I mean, absolutely insane. Now, he is getting bonuses like his speed. That's obviously getting bonuses from our defensive coordinator and all of that. So his speed wasn't drafted at 80, but still, I mean, the fact that he's going to be playing at an 80 speed is pretty amazing. He looks like a perfect replacement for DeForest Buckner. So really happy about that one. We'll see what his dev trait is. Hopefully it's better than star, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. I think he looks just incredible, and I think he's going to be a really good addition for us. And honestly, I think he's going to be better than DeForest Buckner was last year. Buckner really struggled a year ago. Then again in the third round. So that Barker we took in the third round at pick 18. Matthews we took at in round 2 at pick 23. I think I actually maybe traded. I probably kept that pick. I don't remember exactly what I did with the trades. But in late in the third, we then took a safety. We needed a safety. We missed on a really good one here in Will Ball, who actually looks awesome. His overall is not amazing, 73 overall. Star or better dev, though. 90 speed. His coverage is really good. His hit power is an 88. Pursuit's an 85. Acceleration is an 87. He looks really good. And I'm actually curious. I don't think I looked at his dev trait. Let's take a look. To be fair, I don't think I even scouted this guy. Like, I don't remember ever seeing him. Star dev, so not a huge deal. But he ended up looking really, really good. But we did hit on our safety, Rashawn Knighton. He is a 76 overall, but normal dev. So again, we got the higher overall, but we didn't get a dev trait for him. But he looks awesome, guys. 94 speed, which is absurd. 82 tackle, which is awesome. But look at that hit power, man. 92 hit power, 92 acceleration. His zone coverage is not good. He's not a coverage safety right now. We can eventually get him to that. But this dude is fast and strong. And that's exactly what we need at the free safety spot. Again, normal dev, which isn't amazing, but he looks really, really good. And then we took with our, not final pick, but it was basically my final pick, the one pick that I really wanted, and it was Travis Winter. Now, there was a couple of really good wide receivers, including Zach Robertson, who we looked at. Again, I think he was taken way higher. He was taken by Denver. 91 speed, 95 acceleration, 83 spectacular catch, 79 catch in traffic. He looks amazing. 90 change of direction. He looks awesome. His injuries are 49. Oh, Lord. That is not good. Okay. Yeesh. And then there was another receiver here who actually looked really good. And this was Terrell Baker. I looked at him again. He was a higher pick. Didn't really want to spend a top, a first or second round pick on a receiver. That's why I didn't take Robertson or Baker. 91 speed, 91 acceleration at 6'3". His spectacular catch is playing up to an 88. 92 agility, 84 jumping, which isn't great. But, 90 change of direction. He looks really, really good at his size, too. He's going to be a very good player. And for the Minnesota Vikings, who already have some really good receivers in Justin Jefferson, Addison, he does have star dev. He looks really good as well. But then we took him. Travis Winter. Remember, he ran like a 4.24 on the 40. And again, he was like looking at him, and when we talked about him, it was a guy that we thought would be a fun player to use. We already have receivers. We're not going to spend a high draft pick on a receiver, right? So we took him in round 4, and he's a guy that could be just a gadget guy, right? We saw his speed, and we're like, okay, let's use him as a gadget guy. He's more than a gadget guy, guys. I think he's a generational player. Travis Winter is an 80 overall, tied for the best player in the draft with, I believe, the corner that was taken in the top 5. 5'10", 99 speed. Unbelievable. 99 speed, 97 acceleration. His catching's down to a 79, playing up to an 81. Catching traffic is really good at 85. His deep route running is great. He's not an amazing route runner in general, but his release is good. Spectacular catch is meh. I don't think he has an aggressive catch trait, so it doesn't really matter. 91 jumping, 90 agility, 86 release is incredible. He looks stupidly good. Stupidly good. Now, the issue is he's too good to not play. So I don't know what we're going to do with him. So we'll see. Again, he was like, I thought he'd have like 96 speed, a guy that maybe we can use in a return game because Holloman did miss some time. So I was like, you know what? Like, we could use him in the return game. Just another weapon to have. And, you know, to be fair, Downs, Pittman, and Holloman all missed games last year, right? Alec Pierce was fine, but we didn't really have anyone dynamic. And I thought, okay, well, if he has like really high speed, maybe we develop him how we developed Taj Holloman. He's not that. He's better than that. He looks like Tyreek Hill. Like, or Jalen Watt. Like, he looks insane. I think Tyreek Hill is smaller than 5'10". But, like, this dude is unbelievable. How the hell do we get him on the field? I have no idea. So, yeah, that's our draft. I'll show you guys the last 2 picks. We actually took 2 linebackers in the draft just to fill out the... Obviously, we lost Shaq Leonard, so we wanted to grab a couple of guys at linebacker to have that depth. And I drafted just physically really good guy, like just who looked really athletic. So one of them was Dylan Rowe, 89 speed, 89 acceleration. He's only a 63 overall, normal dev. Again, we didn't really hit on the dev traits. I think Barker, Boston, and Winter are the only 3 of the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 players that we drafted to have star better dev, which is fine. Like, it's still good, right? Dylan Rowe, though, he looks really good. 86 hit power, which is awesome. He can tackle. Like, he actually looks like a really solid player. Again, he's not gonna play a lot. Obviously, we've got Darrell Moses, we've got Justin Snow, obviously. We've got Stephen Duvall, we've got Atkins, and we have Brian Holmes, who we absolutely love. And then the other pick was Danny Bradham. He's a 63 overall as well, 21 years, only 5'11", but he's slow. Thought he was going to be faster than 81. He doesn't look that good. Just flat out, he doesn't look that good. Again, more of a depth piece, but played in Army. I was like, you know what? Let's take a shot on this guy. He's not great. I think the better pick was Rowe. Again, only a 63 overall, so not a huge deal. So that's where we are at. Real quick, I will show you guys the lineup. And again, I apologize for not being able to show you guys the actual draft. The audio was good. It was just really choppy. I just didn't think you guys would enjoy that, so I figured we'd just go, do an overall on it. But yeah, this is what the squad is going to look like. I really like Sean Pinkins, man. I think he ended up being a really good pick. Hopefully, Darrell Boston ends up being, in that, similar situation. I like Austin Saunders. So, this group looks really good. Richardson obviously is incredible now in X Factor. We have JT, we have Matthews as, an interesting speed guy. Got Pittman, Holloman, and Downs. And again, I don't know what to do with Travis Winter. We'll see. Like I said, we brought Alec Pierce back. So we're good there. Defensively, I think our secondary is going to be interesting. Remember, we didn't take a corner. Now, I believe in Darren Avery. He played really well last year in the times that he did play. 92 speed. His man coverage is getting better. I do like him. We're going to give him an opportunity. I also like Jalen Jones, who played pretty well at the times that he has played. So it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, we drafted Aaron Donald, so Evan Barker, we'll see how much he plays. Again, he's really good. Now, he's going to be more of a future guy. And, you know, Chapman and Dunham may miss time, or Crothers. What we can do, right, if Odembo gets hurt or Crothers, again, we have a lot of depth on the defensive line, so we're good there, right? If any injury happens, Barker will play. Same thing with linebackers. We have a lot of depth there. Safety, we actually have a decent amount of depth. So, yeah. We'll see what happens, but who knows? Let me know what you guys think about the team, and hope you guys enjoyed. Hit that like button if you did. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel. And we're almost at 6K. So, you know, like I said, if you guys haven't already subscribed, please do. Let's hit that 6,000 mark. So, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the offseason video where we'll get some good looks at Travis Winter. Let's see how good this guy is.